Texas and Tudor Fieldhouse, the Charlotte 49ers pay a visit to the Rice Owls. Alongside Nate Griffin, my name's Chris Mycoskie. Nate, Rice comes in as one of the hottest three-point shooting teams in the country, and after Thursday's performance, they're now ranked top 10 nationally.
That's correct. They moved from 11 to 8, and this is a team that shoots lots of threes, if you will. In fact, they are leading right now the league in three-pointers made at 10.2 per game. So, yeah, they put them up, and they have a couple of guys, and Travis Evie as well as Pierre, they get it done from the three-point line.
And Jameer Young's been a great scorer for Charlotte. Looking forward to seeing him today. He has scored in double figures every single timeout. And Nate, your keys to the game.
Yeah, he had a season-high 30 against FAU. You got to get Pierre and Evie going early from three for Rice. Prevent the trio of Young, Trapp, and Butler from scoring in double figures. They are 3-1 when they do. And Rice obviously has to play good defense. It's the same with FAU because if they don't, they can get blown out today.
Ali Khalifa for Charlotte, Max Fiedler for Rice jumping, and Charlotte gains possession to get us started. The 49ers clad in gold with green numbers and letters. Rice breaking out the black jerseys today on Saturday here at Tudor Fieldhouse.
Yeah, they want to play with some ferocity out there on the court. You know, and the first thing that you see these guys do, the Niners, they go straight to the basket. They want to try to get those high percentage shots.
Slight change in the starting lineup on both sides. For Rice, Melizel Petit will come off the bench today, and Max Fiedler gets the start instead. For the 49ers, Robert Braswell will be the sixth man. Jackson Threadgill on the court to begin today.
And you can see already what Charlotte wants to do. They want to get to the basket early because they know that eventually Rice is going to get into their rhythm and start shooting those three-pointers.
And Fiedler changed that shot against Threadgill. 2-0 early, 49ers out in front.
And you talk about Fiedler, he's got really, really good defense and a good, strong, down-low presence in the post.
Fiedler versus Khalifa on the post. Fiedler, after a couple of fakes, unable to draw rim.
They got a big guy in the middle who can really get it done. And Khalifa, you know, he's a guy who can play some good defense, especially with that size. But there you go.
Khalifa denied the basketball by Quincy Oliveri. And Mullins stepped on the line and turnover.
I think Mullins thought about shooting that three-point shot. He's 18 points away from 1,000. So he wants to try and get his 18 points today. It would be great to see him get it done, but he hasn't really done that all season long, especially with that finger that he's got. It's injured.
Khalifa with a nice give to Jackson Threadgill.
And once again, Charlotte already showing you what they want to do. They want to get to the basket early. Again, you get those higher percentage shots, especially layups, and you're able to either get fouled or you're going to get the bucket, and all of a sudden you're getting to the free throw line.
Threadgill, again, did not start on Thursday when Charlotte dropped its game against North Texas up in Denton. Did score 7 points off the bench. This is the third of 3 road games this week for the 49ers. Had a really hard time at Florida Atlantic on Monday. Lost that one 96-67. And on Thursday against North Texas, dropped it to the Mean Green 65-51.
Told you about that FAU game, though. They shot 78.2% from 3 against the Niners. And when you do that, it's really tough to win a game. Got to play good defensive basketball out here today.
Fiedler at the top of the key, gets it to Oliveri. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Rice needs to put one up. They finally do. Missing short.
Yeah, Rice hadn't quite found their rhythm yet from three-point line, nor can they get anything inside because right now you've got the Niners doing a pretty good job defensively.
Young off the mark. Travis Evie with the board, trying to set up Rice for its first points of the game.
That could be a mistake if they want to try to match Rice 3 for 3. That's not what they do.
Evie driving to the hole under Khalifa. Gets fouled.
You got Evie. You see how quick he is with that first step, able to get by Khalifa and get to the basket. And now you've got a guy who is going to the free throw line. There it is right there, using a little bit of that dipsy doodle, as Dick Vitale would say.
And then Khalifa hits him on the top of the head Evie steps to the line. 14 points, 6 assists on Thursday as Rice beat Old Dominion here inside Tudor Fieldhouse, 77-69. In that game, 3 Owls scored in double figures.
That's what they do, though. You know, you've got 3 really good guards on this team. They come out and attack you with the guards. And Oliveri is also one of those guys who can shoot the ball really, really well. But with those top 3 guys in there that you have, Evie, Pierre.
Luka Vasic into the game for Charlotte, the redshirt senior out of Serbia. And Evie hits both of his freebies.
Scott Perry not afraid to allow his guys to shoot the ball. They have what is called the green light.
We are at Green Light U. Tell you a lot about that as we go forward today. In those red shoes, Butler pumps it in to Clyde Trapp. Trapp working against a pair of Owls. Ball bounces free. Charlotte knew that turnovers could be an issue today, and Rice turns it into points.
I tell you what, that's what they do. Oliveri's so quick. You saw how quick he was defensively and was able to get it to Fiedler, and Fiedler knocks it down off the board.
4-4, under 17 minutes to go, first half in Houston. Young pushes it outside to Trapp, back to Young at the top of the key. Young always gets the opponent's best man, able to beat Mullins and then beat Fiedler at the rack.
I tell you what, Young is extremely talented. We talked about him having 30 against FAU, and he's a leading scorer for this team. And of course, he can get to the basket. He can shoot the 3. He's got a nice little mid-range jumper as well.
In the lane, looking to push it back out, gets it to Evie. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Fed inside to Fiedler. He can't handle it. Pass a little long from Evie.
Well, Charlotte 49ers doing a nice job defensively. I mean, they really are playing a nice zone man when they have to. But right now, they're doing a good job with their size, their length, defending against this Rice Owls potent offense, especially at the three-point line.
And this is a fantastic start for the Niners, especially compared to what they did on Thursday. They got down 13-1 against North Texas in the first 6 minutes.
They can't get down to teams. And because coming back for them is a problem. Defensively, they just do not play well when they're down. So they have to have opportunities to take a lead and try to hold on to it if they can.
Charlotte trying to figure it out here. Pitch inside to Vosh. It's on the floor. And Rice will get whistled for the foul. Oliveri not happy about that, just going for the ball as it went down low. 6-4, the Charlotte 49ers over the Rice Owls. We're under 16 minutes to go, first half in Houston. The Charlotte 49ers up on the Rice Owls here in the early going from Tudor Fieldhouse. Carl Pierre had a fantastic outing against Old Dominion on Thursday, led the Owls with 21 points.
He started the game with a three-point shot, and that should have told you right there they were going to have a good game. He actually leads CUSA in three-pointers made at 3.3 per game, and right now second in CUSA in a percentage from the three-point line at 45.2.
Only North Texas' Tyler Perry is better in that category. Charlotte with Jameer Young, the junior guard from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. He was held to just 10 points the other night against North Texas, well below his average, stands at 19.6 per game.
Well, I tell you right now, they're moving the ball around really well offensively and doing a good job of moving their feet defensively, looking for the backdoor cuts from Rice. There's really no space in there to be made.
Oliveri long on his three-point attempt. Rice is not going to slow down. They're going to keep firing from distance. Hasn't worked so far, but based on what we've seen from them all season long, the shots will start to fall at some point. Trapp can't get it to go. Evie loses footing. Foul will be called on Trapp.
And right now, Rice is trying to find their rhythm as well. You like Evie attacking the basket if you're Scott Para, because he's able to get those foul calls. And that's going to help Rice a lot later in the game. You get guys in foul trouble early, helps you late in games. It opens up the game for some scoring, three-point lines, mid-range jumpers. You can still attack the basket, get guys in foul trouble.
Rice inbounding just in front of the Charlotte bench. 49ers led by Ron Sanchez in his 4th season. Scott Parra on the other side, his 5th season for Rice.
Yeah, Charlotte playing a rotating 2-3 zone.
Evie from the right wing, no good. Charlotte's lead is 4 points. Jameer Young with the left hand, no good. Thought he was fouled, no such luck. All the way across court for the Owls. That one's good. Cameron Sheffield tickling the twine.
Sheffield, the first man off the bench, comes out and hits a 3. And, of course, you got to get something moving here early on. The Rice Owls really had no rhythm, and Sheffield might have just opened the door for the Rice Owls to start shooting those threes.
Confidence can be a funny thing. Nate, you get one shot to fall, more follow.
Yeah, it's about rhythm. You know, it's all about rhythm for the Rice Owls, especially shooting that three-point shot. You got to be able to do it. And again, you know, this is a team, 10 threes made per game, and they lead the conference. That's what they need, rhythm. Whereas for the Niners, they got to play good defense if they're going to be successful today and keep attacking the basket. You like what they're doing, you know, offensively by attacking the basket, but at some point that size for Rice, that's where they're going to affect you.
Sorting out the inbounds, that's Rod Dixon, who will hand the ball over to Clyde Trapp. Alan Sutton and Kerry Sitton make up the rest of our crew in stripes today. Trapp kicks it out. Braswell off the brim, gets his own rebound and feeds Threadgill, also no good.
Yeah, you got a 2 for 2 there, and you weren't able to knock one down. And certainly when you're not able to hit those shots, that's where Rice comes back and hurts you.
Long 2 from the baseline, Terrence McBride, the graduate guard from Linwood, California.
Yeah, the bench is coming in and doing a nice job for Rice right now. You got McBride, who just hit that shot. And a little bit earlier, you had Sheffield to hit a 3.
Foul on the offensive end for the 49ers. And that go win against Khalifa away from the ball.
I told you about leads, and the Niners want to try to get a lead and hold on to it. Through 15 games this season, Charlotte's a perfect 9-0 when holding a lead of 10 or more in a game, and that's important.
Another whistle away from the basketball. This time it's against the Owls. So back and forth. A couple of opportunities where neither team was able to get a shot up during the possession.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't hook a guy, you know, when you're trying to go by him. Very important. Terrence McBride there using a little bit of that chicken arm. Refs don't like it.
And a walk there. You saw those feet move. Jared Garcia couldn't hold the pivot foot down.
You don't want the whistle to dominate the game, Chris. That's not the kind of game you want. You know, you want to come out here and try to play a whistle-free game if you can. That's impossible to play a whistle-free game, but you want to try to limit that whistle from blowing.
We'll see if Rice can actually get an attempt at the basket on this trip down the floor. Poteet driving. And again, a whistle before a shot went up. This time on the ground as Jared Garcia got his hands on Poteet.
Yeah, that's a hip check. He's floating that hip out there a little too far and trying to prevent, you know, the player from going around him.
Coming up on 12 minutes to go, first half. Rice leads by 1. Slow going here in the opening half thus far. Sheffield, wing 3, just off the mark.
That's what the Owls want to do. They want to get some good passes in there, spread you out on the floor, and try to knock down that 3. They love space. Those are Rice Owls.
49ers hadn't scored in over 3 minutes, ending that drought.
Yeah, that one, though, Threadgill with a nice three-pointer from the corner.
Down low, met with resistance. And Robert Braswell is called for the foul. Thought he had all ball. Not the case. But Charlotte does take a 2-point lead to the timeout. The 49ers certainly have to feel like they're in good shape at this point. Up on Rice.